my offering. And in that offering, I hope that you can also come home. Teresa Phelps Martin, Yoga Soul Flow, and Lulu. And Lulu. She wants you to know she's here today. She gets excited that this is part of our routine. She is my Libra, and she likes to be seen, kind of. So anyhow, Yoga Soul Flow in a virtual offering, soulfully you. And in that soulful idea of adjusting, I'm going to tell just a story of the mundane and then let you marinate with that, and we will move. That the process of adjusting is like, I planted some house plants and they didn't do so well. And that the caring for the plants, that which comes from the earth and gives nourishment, is a feminine quality. And I planted these plants with soil that was meant for outside. And that the soil birthed little bugs. Has this ever happened to anybody? That your soil has little gnats. And these little bugs, I have tried to get rid of them, but they keep flying around our house. And so they're these little tiny guys. They don't bite, they're just a nuisance. And I have to laugh because when we're in an adjustment period, right, here we are, closing out October, where I shared the subtle intensity. That subtle intensity is adjustment. Everybody's finding a voice for themselves, and that voice is conflicting with responsibility, with needs, with structure, to what needs to be done. So as all these little bugs fly around, and yes, I get annoyed, this nuisance is that reminder to not become neurotic, but into those little tiny details that fine-tune our experience. So now I'm going to go cosmically for a minute. The sun is in Scorpio. Scorpio has always been labeled as secretive, dark, like sex, death, and taxes. Talk about taboo. I don't know anybody, although that's shifting, that really celebrates taxes. However, I know a ton of people who will complain when their trash isn't picked up when it was meant to be picked up. Do you see the injustice there? Death, taboo, nobody can talk about it. It is the one thing that always happens. However, death always brings new life. It is the dying off of the season in the northern hemisphere. It is the energy of the feminine that calls forward forgiveness, which is also taboo. Forgiveness isn't forgetting your pattern. It's not forgetting what is your story, but it's adjusting so that, I have to be really careful of language here. Like, I'm going to go back to the mundane. The man who ran into me, yes, when I really, really, really hurt, I get very, very angry at him, but that's not who defines my life. Granted, I don't like really big old massive pickup trucks, but I also can choose that that's not part of it. I can also look at it as an experience in my life that has made me who I am, and draw in from the power of that moment to tap into the underworld, into the vast realms of darkness, and bring light to it. Okay? So that's the energy of forgiveness. It's a day where we can bring forward a lot of compassion. right? That unconditional love that our mother is supposed to have, that we can give back to ourselves, that sense of compassion, that our dogs are little companions. Maybe it's a fish, maybe it's a bird, maybe it's the butterflies, maybe it's your plants, maybe it's the food you eat, whatever it is that nourishes you. So in that energy of adjusting, we want to look at what are you at war with? What are you bothered by internally, right? I remember when I first started coaching and I shared with somebody I highly value and respect, and I remember describing the person I work with as being at war with himself. And I respect her advice, is that would call in some really intense people. However, I still believe, and I know, that the people I work with are at war with themselves, with their inner self. That it's hard to love the parts that our society has put us at war with, okay? Our inheritance, our journey. So in that adjustments as we move today, I want us to be very compassionate and open ourselves to the vulnerability of forgiveness. And I will share more about that in the coming month. But how can we open ourselves to the wounds and pour in the light? Okay? So we are going to start face down on our belly, honoring earth, and how this earth, the earth actually doesn't even care if we care about it. Look, she's still generating renewable resources, although we're starting to take advantage of it. So what happens, when you've treated something like shit forever, and they're still generous in abundance? What happens? Now take that into yourself. What happens when you adjust and you respect and you value that sacred ground, the sacred soil of you? Okay? It's going to require forgiveness, because otherwise you'll just continue to be at war. Because we're all awakening or reawakening or readjusting or re-identifying or maybe just reimagining. And so we're going to start face down on our bellies. And then we'll move. Lulu says first a belly rub. Okay, so let's do it. We'll call on that light to guide us. And we're going to be with the number 5 today. 5 is our number. And what I want to offer is, in that number 5, you have the count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 is that midline. 3 is our center. And so I want you to watch how you're moving into it, holding space, and then separating from it. Okay? Breathe into your belly. Breathe in. That's the other thing. We're going to really breathe into the depths of our being to invite in that light. Thank you. And Lulu wants you to also bring your awareness all the way to the soles of your feet. Inhale, bring your gaze to the center. Come up onto your forearms. Soften the area in your shoulders and just move your head from side to side. You're going to bend your knees and circle your ankles. Can you move your head and circle from side to side? So if anybody's been a mother, even to a dog or an aunt or a teacher or a coach or a coworker or a friend or a sister or a companion, right? Sometimes you have to be fierce. So bring your hands how you need to bring them. Push the knees to the ground. Lift through the belly. Pull the knees forward. Soften the area in the shoulders. And just 5 breaths here. Okay, knees are bent so we can really wake up those quads. I want you to feel the approaching energy of the first 2 breaths. Then that 3rd breath. And then the adjusting energy that happens with the next 2. And then bring your hips all the way down. Find length through your spine. Stretch out through your feet all the way out to your toes. And just listen to the energy. Which one are you more inspired by? Where is there not so much physical ease, but mental? And then you're going to move your left hand across the midline. Draw into that core again. Bend the right knee. Grab hold of the right foot. This is really intense to start with. By the way, soften the area in the shoulders. And just getting a thigh stretch. And then free the foot. I don't know if that was 5. And then come back to the center. Right hand moves across. So use your left hand. Push into the earth. Soften the area in the shoulders. Find the foot. Thigh stretch. Soften the area in the shoulders. I'm going to say that again and again because I need to hear it again and again. Legs hugging to the midline. They're still lifting the core. And then release. Come back to the center. Come to your forearms. Soften the area in the shoulders. Move the head from side to side. So we want to make sure those psoas aren't just stretched out, but they're also awake. Okay? So you're going to push through your elbows. Push your knees to the ground. Pull into the center. 5 breaths here. And then you're going to exhale all the way down. Elbows go wide. Pillow the hands. Rest the head. You're going to bend your knees. Walk your hands wide, so gecko. I'm looking to the left, and the feet are going to move over to the left. Okay? 5 breaths here, but we're going to shift it a little bit. The first breath is the approach. The next 3 breaths are the adjustment. And the final breath is the affirmation. Inhale the feet through the center. Elbows stay lifted. Gaze turns to the right. Feet roll to the right. 5 breaths. Awakening, adjusting, affirming. Inhale the feet back through the center.
Gaze to the center. Hands come under the shoulders. Bring the center of the forehead to the earth. Lift the shoulders up towards your earlobes. Draw the shoulders in. Inhale, curl up, cobra pose. And then exhale, bow all the way down. Yep, inhale. The sides of the body get long. The shoulder blades draw in. Push the hands to the earth. Inhale, curl up. Exhale, bow down. Inhale, find length. Draw in. Rise. Right? So now as we feel that journey, we're understanding more of what it is we're working with today. And we're going to adjust. Right? Because you might have shown up with resistance, or maybe you showed up with enthusiasm. Bow all the way down. Push the hands to the earth. You're going to rise up onto your hands and knees and move all the way back. Child's pose for 5 breaths, okay? Inhale, come up onto your hands and knees. Find the hands beneath you. Exhale, round and back. You're going to do that 5 times. This light is bothering me. I got to turn it off. I really feel like we have to tune into our senses more and honor them. I'm sorry if it just made it dark. I just can't. And as you're in that journey, feel connected to the breath and your being. I just feel that we have to really tune into our senses and honor them. You're going to walk your hands far enough forward. Step the left foot out to the side so your foot's grounded. You're going to tuck your right toes or keep them untucked. Draw into the belly and stretch your hips back, waking up the inner thigh. And then inhale up through the center. Sweep that leg all the way around to the right side. Look over that right shoulder. And then inhale, bring it back to the middle. Pivot the heels, stretch the arm by your ear. Draw into the core. Inhale the leg up. You're going to bring the knee in towards the heart. Stretch the leg back out. Anchor the hand and knee to the ground. Move back, child's pose. That's going to be our flow, okay? Inhale, rise up onto your hands and knees. Right leg stretches out. Tuck the toes. Hips reach back. Just being fluid. Inhale, come through the center. Sweep the leg across the midline, over to the left. Look over the left shoulder. Core is lifted, shoulders are to the back. Inhale, bring the leg back to the center. Pivot the heel, kickstand the left leg. Inhale, the right arm by your ear. Right leg lifts. Bend the knee, draw the knee in. Stretch the leg back out. Anchor it to the ground. Hands and knees to the earth. Bow back. Bow into it. Inhale, rise. We're only doing it 3 times. Left leg stretches out. Stretch it back. Inhale, lift up. Leg sweeps across the midline. Look over the right shoulder. Inhale, come back to the center. Pivot. Open. Keep the ribs lifted, core intact. Inhale the leg, bend the knee so your inner thighs are moving back. Then expand, stretch, elongate. Hand comes down, knee comes down. Child's pose. Inhale, rise up. Right leg stretches out. Exhale, move it back. Inhale, lifting. sweeping across the midline, look over the shoulder. Inhale back to the center, pivot the foot, kickstand the heel, stretch the arm. Inhale, leg lifts, bend the knee, re-extend, anchor, and regroup. Inhale, rise. Last round, okay? Stretching it back. Just feeling all that you can affirm in the journey, just through the adjusting. We've woken up the side body, inseams of the legs, exterior of the legs, knee bends, draw in, re-expand, anchor and ground. Feeling your breath. How is your practice already adjusting? As we continue to awaken and affirm, right? The idea is that we don't want to just adjust and deny our potentiality. All the way back into child's pose. Lean into the earth. She's here for you. Rise up onto your hands and knees. Exhale all the way back down to the earth. Hands go wide, elbows lift. Inhale, curl the heart out. Exhale, bow. 5 times. Inhale, curling up. Exhale, bow. Really be in rhythm with the breath. Feel how your legs hopefully feel longer. You feel the soil of you more awake and in tune. And we can find this new way of being. Up onto your hands and knees. Tuck the toes, downward dog. Breathing here, you can move or you can be steady. And then little steps, walk the feet forward. Find both feet beneath you and bow. Hands to your shins, inhale, find length. Exhale, fold. Inhale, find length. Exhale, bow. Inhale, find length. Exhale all the way out. Inhale, find length. Exhale, bow. Heel toe the feet apart, as wide as you need to go. Exhale all the way into Malasana. Elbows can be on the thighs. You can, of course, sit on a block. Find that length through the spine. Shoulders are in the back body. Push into the earth. Fold forward. And then inhale, come all the way up to standing. Sweep the arms overhead. Full breath in. Exhale to the right. Inhale up through the center and exhale over to the left. Inhale through the center, go to each side for a total of 5 times. Really moving from the depths. Going inward. Cultivating the strength, bringing life forward. Planting seeds of connection and wisdom as we adjust and we reclaim our own truth and recognize that we're just expressions of one another. Inhale, come back through the center. Hands come to heart center. Pause here, breathe here. Be in this new being that you've risen from the earth. And then you're going to bend your knees, sit into your seat, glide the left foot back. So warrior one, arms push back, shoulders drawn to the back, and then sweep the arms overhead. Full inhale in, and then straighten the leg, pivot, turn to the long edge of the mat, heel toe the feet wide, turn the feet out, exhale into, what did I say? Somebody called it Upavishta Konasana. No. It was, I don't know. Forget it. Into the big squat. Straighten your legs, turn the feet in, exhale, bow. It's really hard when you're kind of in this flavor of a practice to use the intellectual mind. Inhale, find length. Turn the right foot out, push the feet into the earth. Inhale, warrior two. Lift up, reach back, reverse warrior two. Inhale all the way back through, hands to the earth. Step it forward and exhale, bow. Inhale, find length. Heel toe the feet apart, turn the feet out. Exhale into Malasana. Ground into the earth. Inhale, standing forward bend. Arms go wide, rise up. Full breath in. Exhale, hands come through the midline. Bend the knees, glide the right foot back. Press into the earth. Your hands are reaching back, so you're filling up into the back body. You're connecting into the soil within. Hug into that center. Inhale the arms overhead. Push into the feet, pivot. Heel toe the feet apart, turn the feet out. Exhale into that squat. Utkarta Konasana, I guess is what it was. And then feet turn out. Exhale, bow all the way forward. Inhale, find length. Turn the left foot out, push into the earth. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 2, lift up. Reverse warrior 2. Inhale all the way back through. Hands to the earth. Spin the back heel up. Step it forward. Exhale, bow. Inhale, find length. Feet walk out into Malasana. Just feel, hopefully, if there's an ease to it, or maybe an awareness, an awakening that coming into a squat's not right for you. Exhale, feet turn forward and bow. Inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Take the weight over into the right foot, bend the left knee. Draw that energy in. Inhale the arm up and bow. Pour that love forward. That unconditional offering of what your being is bringing to you. And then you're going to free yourself into warrior 3. And then exhale the hands down, cross the left foot behind the right, a little sciatic stretch. Unravel the feet, bow. Inhale, find length. Exhale, knees bend deep, elbows rest on your knees. So my elbows are the front of the knees, drawing in, finding length through the spine. Just awakening to the many expressions of the poses. And then hands come back. Free, weight goes to the left foot, bend the right knee. Drawing in, arm rises up. Find length, connect, and breathe. Free the foot, hands sweep back. Warrior 3, connected. right? To give life, not to destroy, not to take over, not to overcome, but to embody and embrace. Exhale, hands to the earth, foot comes behind. Little sciatic stretch, clear out. Unravel the feet, both feet beneath you. Find length. Exhale, bow. Knees bent, elbows are to the fronts of the knees. Draw into the core, hug the outer hips, find length through the spine. Inhale, rise all the way up. Full breath in. Arms go wide. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, find length. Step all the way back, downward dog. Roll your feet over to the right. Push into the feet, find length through the spine. Inhale your feet through the center, bend the knees, roll them over to the other side. Inhale, come all the way back through the center, knees to the earth. If you can, sit back on your heels. Reconnect, reground, draw in, lean back, feel the lift through the heart. Hands come by your sides, shoulders to the back. Just a little opening of the heart. And then lean forward, slide forward, right knee comes forward. Settle in. You can go upright for pigeon. I certainly feel called to come back to the earth. Honor yourself. And then if you're upright, you're going to come all the way down. Roll over to your left leg, right knee lifts. Foot comes to the center, find length, and bow. Maybe you come to the earth, maybe not. Inhale, find length, elbow to the thigh, arm stretches up overhead. Inhale, rise all the way up. You're going to spin back around. Come back into that pigeon. If you went up last time, go down. If you went down, rise up this time. Using the practice to explore. Inch the back knee, slide the knees back, sit all the way back on the heels. Hands come back behind you, shoulders drawn to the back. Heart opens. Inhale, come back up. Knee slides forward. And then again, you know you're going to do one or the other, so find the one that serves you. Inhale, rise up. You're going to roll all the way over. Spin. Get all the way into that right hip. Find length. Bow. Exhale out completely. Inhale all the way up. Elbow to the thigh. Stretch the arm by your ear. Inhaling up. You're going to shift back to the front. So you got to shift all the way around. Adjust the front leg. Right? You have to just keep adjusting when you're in the flow. If you went upright, come down. If you were down, come up. Enjoy your breath. Root your hands. Slide back. Come onto your knees. Hands come back behind And then inhale, come up. You're going to come up, tuck the toes, knees go wide. Sit into that depth. Sit into that energy of you. Hands rest at your heart. Connect to your breath, to the soles of your feet, right? To that energy of earth rising up to meet you. Five breaths, that's all. Feel the 2 breaths moving in, the 3rd breath centering, the next 2 breaths moving out. Push your legs, inhale, come all the way up. Knees come together, parallel. Find length through the sides of the body, shoulders are to the back, arms by the side. You can go all the way into camel pose or not. Find the expression that honors you. Five breaths, right? Maybe that first breath is just the approach, the awakening. The next 3 breaths are the adjusting. But that final breath is affirming. And then exhale, hands come to the earth. Climb your hands forward, come all the way to the ground, pillow your hands back to where we began. Inhale, lift the head. You're going to roll over onto your back. Come all the way to your back. Knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice hug. Rock from side to side. If you have a wheel pose in you, go for it. If no wheel pose, or you can do a bridge pose. You can go there too. Or grab your ankles, let your knees fall open. Slowly come back to the center. If you're in a heart opener, return back to the ground. Feet come to the earth. Arms move out from the shoulders. Turn the gaze to the left. Knees move over to the right. Inhale through the center. Gaze goes to the right. Knees go to the left. Inhale, come back through the center, slide the legs out long. Allow the earth to hold you. Feel her rising up to greet you. Reawaken to your breath in and your breath out. Honor any storms that are still erupting within. And then adjust. And honor the lightness, the beauty, the nourishment that's revealing itself to you. Breathing all the way in and all the way out. And wiggle your toes and your fingers. Sway your head. Feel like just even the adjustment of letting the ground hold you. The support is always there. Just usually takes doing something like yoga to get all the way on the ground. And it's so interesting. So many people have fear of getting on the ground, or their lack of connecting to the earth means they cannot get on the ground and get back up. You're going to slowly bend the knees, roll over to one side. Breathe into this new beginning. Just because you chose to adjust and affirm and awaken. Awakening to your light, to your truth, to your beauty. And may she guide you forward, so that you can continue to be you, to be real, to be true, and to be so full. Thank you. I appreciate you all, however this finds you. Live, replay, in the dark, in the light, whatever it may be. And we'll continue this journey. Some level of it again on Thursday. And I thank you, however this finds you. And if you care to comment, it's appreciated. It's life is an interesting dance for everyone. I was wondering about the weddings. Pat, I knew you were in it. I hope it was a grand celebration. That idea of marriage is part of that adjusting, right? It's for you, for everybody, that union, which yoga speaks of and shares. It's always a readjustment. So congratulations to everybody. And I hope your yoga practices helped you be present and enjoy that celebration. And like I said, we're all in an interesting journey together, and we're all at different levels of that journey. So I appreciate each of you as you are, as you find your way here or there, and I will see you next time. And if you want to be a lunar contributor, laughs and tears. That's so true. If you want to be a lunar contributor, you can at teresaphelpsmartin.com /yoga. It's at the bottom.
And it's just $22 a month. It really makes a difference. And sometimes I think of switching up this format because I miss you guys. And I feel like there's this way of really serving you on a different level. But then I'm reminded of my own journey right now, and we'll keep it the same. So, ciao, be well.